shared airport rides. You can now book a shared trip at an airport. Tell me something, CEO David Risher. Who came up with this idea? By the way, just picked up a new RST Suburban, brand new, only 5,000 miles on the clock. Got it for $15,000 under market value. A beautiful car, going to be adding that to the Uber fleet account. Red stitching, beautiful. But back to the topic, right? I'm trying to look for the positives, my friends. I really am trying to look for the positives here, because shared rides in general, personally, I did 2, never again, never ever again will I take any form of a shared trip. And by the way, stuck in downtown LA on the 110, says back to Calabasas 1 hour 40 minutes, and that's due to the PCH still being shut down from the fires. So not even at the 101 yet. So we have Sian Rose in the house. How are you? We have Peter Sorrell in the house. Greetings. Scion XB in the house. Perfect. So yeah, no, I'm loving this car. It's gorgeous. It's the new RST, the brand new one, top of the line. Trying to get a couple of diesels. I couldn't get diesels. Hard to find, even at the auctions. And then I got this one at the auction. David's in the house. Dennis Torres, my man from Long Beach. Man, we need to go out. There's so many good restaurants. Next time I'm in Long Beach, I need to take you out for lunch. Dennis Torres in the house. Legend. Known him for many, many years. He's a warrior. He's a friend. He's a special person. Dennis in the house, my friend. And also has phenomenal boxing skills. Now, airport rides. Okay. I don't know if they have actually tested this. Shared trips. Did somebody come up with the idea? Oh, wow, we can now offer shared trips at the airports. Now, with shared trips, there's only one winner. It's the company, right? Because the way that they can finagle the billing with one client and the other client, you don't really know, you're pretty much getting a regular X trip. But this is where they really, really make the money, is A, at airports. I would say that's where they make most of the money. And then B, on shared rentals, because like I said, the billing, it's almost double billing. They're billing 2 people, top dollars, going in the same direction. Maybe you drop off a couple of miles apart, but you're getting paid for 1X regular trip, right? You're not getting extra money for putting 2 stinky people in your car, right? Or whoever it is, 2 opposing gang members, or just 2 people that just don't get on or start fighting in the car. Like, why subject yourself to all of that nonsense? But truly, if you start to think of all the things that can really go wrong here, airports, as you know, are difficult, and there's two types. I mean, I prefer the drop-offs. They're easy. You go in, you drop off your passenger or your private client, easy. Pickups, it can vary. It's so different. Airport to airport, it's very, very different. In LAX, there's a holding lot. You drive into the holding lot, you get matched up, you leave. But now, let's say you have a Camry or a Civic, and 2 people have ordered this trip. I see the cancellation rates of drivers going through the roof here, and this is why. Because a person might be traveling with excess luggage or a huge suitcase and a carry-on, and the other one might have a huge suitcase and a carry-on. And at that point, how do you get these individuals into the car with all of that extra luggage? Now, if you have one individual who is booking the vehicle. They usually know, hey, I'm going to get an XL vehicle, or I'm going to get a big Comfort or a black vehicle because I have a couple of passengers, I got my family, I got luggage. But the unknown factor here, which I think is going to lead to a lot of cancellations, is just the excess baggage that, you know, two individuals who now are supposed to be sharing a car from the airport are bringing along with them. And it's going to become a nightmare for the driver. Sort of, okay, I've got two strange parties, I need to accommodate them and get them comfortable, and then I need to get all their crap. So I might have two big suitcases, two carry-ons, two backpacks, and that's like, sorry guys, I'd really like to take you, but all the luggage just simply doesn't fit in the trunk. If you have a big car, you don't really have to worry, but you would never ever in your life be doing a shared trip with a big 8-seater like this. Wouldn't happen. And then on top of it, it's a gas guzzler. This is a gas guzzler. And at gas prices $4.50 to $5, this is definitely not the car for a shared rental. Absolutely not, right? Here you want to build out your private clientele. Private clients have already made me $600 today at airports. I did 3 airport pickups, 200, 200, 200. The one I'm still going to get a tip Venmo. She usually Venmos me a separate tip. But who in their right mind would want to do an airport shared trip? And it's like, for Lyft, it's probably like the best of both worlds. If they can actually get a driver to take a shared rental from an airport, they're making top dollars. Firstly, they gouge on airport trips. That is where they hit the riders the hardest, right? Because you're trapped. You're coming in, you arrive at the airport, you got to leave. And your options are taxis or rideshare. Taxis or rideshare. Now, I've seen some travelers at LAX, they'll grab a e-bike or a little scooter. They'll get out of the airport, out of the crazy pricing zone. The pros do this. You know, they might just have a little carry-on or a backpack. Off they go, 1 or 2 miles outside of the airport. They drop off the scooter or the e-bike, and then they order a regular Uber or Lyft outside of the perimeters, meaning they're going to save a lot. They're going to save 30-40% the passenger. But you're a driver. There are some people that are willing to get into these long queues, and with Uber trip radar requests, will, you know, you can jump the line, you can get out of the queue if you're 50 cars ahead of you and you're willing to accept some trip radar bullshit. Maybe it makes sense if you're heading in, you know, the direction of home, and that little trip radar trip is going to take you a bit and maybe make you $3, $4, $5. Maybe to a certain extent you're monetizing a few miles, but you know, time is money in this game. Who else we have? We have Krista Ray in the house. Sounds like a bad deal for riders and drivers. Sounds like a real shitty deal for drivers and riders. David Schmidt said Lyft and Uber do not explain to the riders what is exactly happening. And you know, you brought up a good point, right? Clear, precise communication to your rider. They can't really do that, because what Uber and Lyft do very, very well, they dream up ideas. Now, ideas you have to test. You have to do beta testing, just like when you're rolling out a new app, or like GigU is a new app that's rolling out in the United States this month. They do a lot of testing and they work with that data. I don't think that Uber or Lyft dreamt up this idea with airport shared trips. Now I'm asking you, Mr. Rusher, has your team maybe conducted a few thousand airport shared trips just to get some raw data, just to get some intel, so you know what's really happening? You know, it sounds phenomenal on paper. Airport, we got the client, we got the passenger, we can bill them top dollars. And if we find two fools that are willing to travel together in a shared trip, and if we can find a fool driver who will take that shared trip from the airport, now they're really making money. Now they're really, really making money. XJGCC, hey, can you touch up about the Tesla Model Y no more Uber Black situation? You know, I think that I think that this is a long shot here to answer that one, right? I think with Tesla wanting to go it alone on the robo taxis, and Tesla does not want to talk to Uber about integration. I think Uber is getting back at Tesla, right? Because they used to have a deal where Hertz, I think, bought 100,000 Teslas, or Uber committed to 100,000 Teslas with on the Uber platform. The big deals pre-robotaxi time, and it was working out super well for Tesla. That's when the stocks were still high, and it was working out pretty well for Uber. But because Tesla doesn't want to play ball on the robo-taxis, what Dara Khosrowshahi, who's literally been begging Elon Musk to come on board, and he said, nah, we're going to do this alone. We're doing Tesla robo-taxis alone. So I think this is a form of getting back at Tesla by cutting Teslas off certain platforms, meaning, does a driver go out now and buy a Tesla just to get on the Uber platform? Probably doesn't make sense because of all the changes. So I think it's a little bit of retaliation from Uber Dara Khosrowshahi, from the CEO, towards Tesla robo-taxis. Hey, you don't want to create a marriage with me? You don't want to come and sleep in my king-size bed with me, Elon? Right? Can you visualize Dara and Elon snuggling up and talking robo-taxis and talking Uber? Well, Dara Khosrowshahi would like it. He would like to have a little buddy in bed. But Elon doesn't want to play the game. And Dara says, well, why should I keep on promoting EVs? Why should I keep on promoting Teslas? Let me start by, the bestseller, the Tesla Y. Let's just cut them off the platform. And I cannot think of any worse car. I don't think that the Tesla has much space, especially when it comes to trunk space. Can you imagine you're at an airport and you have a Tesla and you're taking a shared trip? I think it's a nightmare waiting to be happen. I think the cancellation rates are going to go through the roof. I think because of this airport shared trips, cancellation rates are going to skyrocket. And here's the problem. If you do not play ball with Uber or Lyft, Uber does this more. Uber threatens more. If you don't play ball at the airport, if you don't have a high acceptance rate, if you don't have a low cancellation rate at an airport, they cut you off from the airport. Both Uber and Lyft do that. And the reason why I can say that is because at Activation Hero and GigRocket, we deal with, I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 airport deactivations per day, right? Per day, trying to get them back onto the airport, trying to get the airport access back. So this is going to drive cancellations through the roof. And it's not like a cookie cut deal. Every airport is different. Now, if you don't have a holding lot and you actually have to drive into the airport, and maybe one passenger, they're doing a share trip, and one passenger decides, oh, I still have to go to the toilet first. I'll be coming out soon. But they've already booked the shared trip, right? They've booked it. They're not ready to go yet. And the other person at Terminal 2 or Terminal 1 or Terminal 3 is ready to go. And you drive up and the one person says, well, we're not waiting for this fool. You're wasting my time right now, which is going to result in a complaint and a low rating. So you sort of have to cancel on the other one. So your cancellation rate goes up. Or let's just say you take an airport shared trip and you're not on a holding lot in a queue with 40, 50 other cars. But you have to drive in, and let's say your one passenger is at Terminal 1 and the other person is at Terminal 4. Could happen, right? Now, if you look at LAX, Terminal 1 to Terminal 4, and you're doing a pickup, that can sometimes be 20, 25 minutes. Are those shared riders willing to wait? Now at LAX, they have a gigantic holding lot. All the Uber drivers and Lyft drivers hang out there, and then you sort of drive in to this other parking lot just outside of the airport, and you pick up. Hopefully at that point, as you're going into that holding lot, both those individuals are ready to drive for that shared rental. But if time separates those two people, one's not ready or the other one's scrambling trying to get to this terminal, or forgot something, or then you FUCKED. Yeah, you screwed. And you're probably going to have to cancel, or at least cancel on one of them. Up goes your cancellation rate. And that's where Uber and Lyft really have no mercy, zero mercy. Because high cancellation rates, low acceptance rates result in deactivation. That's a fact. That's the way they threaten you. You don't want to play our game, our Uber and Lyft algorithmic game at the airport. Screw you, we cut you off from the airport. That's how they punish you. You can do everything else, but you cannot do the airports. Airports are your money maker sometimes, at least as a private driver. Now, Jerry says Tesla sales were down. You can get an older new car for cheap. Yeah, I mean, they're giving away Teslas. They're giving away Cybertrucks. I mean, I canceled my Cybertruck order for many, many reasons. I'm still fighting with them, trying to get my $350 deposit back. If they don't pay, I'll take it to small claims court. They will pay. Daniel Black says Model S has loads of space. I don't quite agree, but okay. Joseph, I had a Tesla Uber, a Tesla X. I had it, and because of the shitty charge, the car was like a tin box with a computer, and I just didn't like it. I got rid of my Tesla X. Daniel, how do they reconcile shared trips from airport with groups of 3 on a regular Lyft ride, or really anything other than XL? I mean, the only thing that really would make sense, Lyft shared ride at an airport, would be an XL. They've just announced it. I don't even know if they are offering Lyft regular as a shared option at an airport. I think that would be a disaster. I think, like, I agree with you. I think the only thing that might work is an XL. Now, welcome to LA traffic. I am driving 6 miles per hour in this brand new RST, gorgeous car with red stitching. A nice feature here, let me just show you, is the moonroof. It goes all the way back. It's a gigantic glass roof. Now, everything else is blackened out, pitch black in here, except for tons of light coming through the roof. And I'm going to leave it open because it actually helps the camera a bit. XJJC says, thank you for answering. I'm about to buy a black Tesla Model Y, but I wanted to replace the black rides with private clients, but still doing Comfort and UberX. Now, I don't know what city you're driving in, but the one thing you might want to consider, and the reason why I say this on private trips, because on private trips, I can pretty much answer any question you have. But anybody that's thinking of, let's say, buying a Tesla Y, I'm not going to put the car down. I just think it's not the ideal vehicle for private trips. It's not the ideal vehicle for private trips. I would really, if you can source it at a dealership for the right price or get it through an auction, I would try for the Suburban diesel or any other Suburban, or wait for the next generation Escalade IQ. But that's $135,000. So that price point is a rather dangerous one if you want to do private trips. But let's say you go for a good Suburban diesel. Here's why I encourage that, because that vehicle gets into all the top, like this car gets into all the top categories on Uber and Lyft, and you can use it as XL. So if it's not busy, you just switch over to XL. You'll get a trip right away. If anybody is booking an XL and they can see, oh wow, I'm getting a gigantic Suburban, they'll book you. So a Suburban on XL will always be busy. When it comes to black SUV or the luxury classes, it'll be okay. It's gone back a bit. Lyft abolished the Lux division, so that doesn't exist anymore. But you want a very, very big car that can take a lot of passengers and a lot of luggage, because that's really, really your money maker if you are adding private trips. If people would ask me, hey, should I get a sedan, a nice sedan, or maybe for $20,000 more I get a big beefy Suburban, I wouldn't think twice. The more bodies you can get into the vehicle, the more bookings you have, more private bookings. I can get 2 people in here, I can get 1 person in here, I can get 6 people in here, I can get 7 people in here, I can get 7 people with luggage in here. So I'm covering every single base, every opportunity that presents itself with this vehicle. I'm covered. So when it comes to private trips, I would say bigger is better. Bigger is better. Because if you have a luxury Mercedes or luxury BMW like I have, or any other luxury car, yeah, okay, but you're limiting yourself to 1, 2, maybe 3 people with luggage. So that Tesla Y suddenly doesn't sound attractive to me anymore, because A, they took it off that platform, and it's not really the ideal private car. But I mean, no matter what vehicle you try and do an airport shared trip, you're losing money. You're not getting paid for those 2 people. You're getting paid for one trip that might be 3 or 4 miles apart. Because the one thing they can easily determine, okay, we have 2 people here who've arrived at the airport, maybe on similar flights, schedules. They've arrived. They're both ordering a shared trip. Okay, now let's see how we match them up. And they try to match them up as fast as possible, because they don't, especially Risha, who's proposed this airport share trips. He's all obsessed about the customer. He says, I'm obsessed about customer service. I'm obsessed about the customer. He wants to put the customer in the car, in this case, 2 shared people in the car as fast as possible. It makes sense, right? Because if Uber can get them in the car faster, maybe they'll take an Uber. If Waymo can get them into the car faster, autonomous vehicle, maybe they'll take a Waymo for an extra, for a higher price. But if they're really trying to save money, if they're really cheap, maybe they're students, nothing against students, but maybe students want to team up at Southwest and grab a shared rental. Well, the algorithm can quickly determine, hey, these 2 individuals, him and him or him and her, they're going in that direction. They're only a few miles apart. Here we go. We're going to present this as an opportunity to the driver. And in comes the offer. And that offer doesn't represent, 2 individual payments made by the rider that you getting your cut, maybe 30-40% of that. No. You're getting 30 to 40% pretty much of a regular X trip. But I'll guarantee you're doing double the amount of work. So a shared rental at an airport, remember, you're now not only loading the luggage of one individual. I certainly wouldn't want these two individuals try and load their own luggage, that's chaos. That's going to already erupt in a fight. Hey, I'm trying to get my suitcase in. I'm also trying to get my fucking suitcase in. I was here first. No. You're doing it wrong. All this crap can break out. So here you are doing double the amount of work, trying to fit in the backpacks, trying to fit in the big bags, trying to fit in the suitcases, trying to fit in the carry-ons. And, meanwhile, these people are in your car, drinking your waters, eating your mints, farting, whatever. Starting to eat food. Nah, no thank you. No thank you. For what? For the price, for the payment of one regular X trip? Not going to happen. And I mean, shared rentals on its own, it's a disaster. And now airport shared rentals, double disaster. Shared rentals, disaster. Airport shared rentals, double disaster. Marcel, foodie reviews in the house. Cool. Good to see you, Marcel. Which reviews have you done lately? Tell me one. May 9th is the 129th day of the year. Fantastic. Thank you for that information. Paulo Oliveira. There it is. Get it going. But when you do the hashtag LockDara up or LockUpDara, put the words together. Otherwise, it's just hashtag lock. Right? You got to bundle them together. LockDara up. All one word. It's JF, jail and 300,000 on my SUV. That's impressive. 300,000. What SUV is it? I quit Uber, and you should too. Get a real job. Radical left using you. Well, that's your own little beef. That's your own little political beef. I do private trips. So my earnings compared to your earnings, plus the fact that I've 58 SUVs that I lease out, I don't think you would remotely come close. So you can't encourage me to stop what I'm doing, unfortunately. I'm making money. Manny says my AR is low on Uber because of shared rides. There we go. And you're not accepting shared rides? Absolutely right. You're doing it the right way. Now, if you were not accepting shared rides at airports, they have ways to punish you at an airport. They take your airport privileges away. There we go. Bilal Khan says, LockDara up. That's it. Look at how he wrote that. That's the right way. Trip Scene says, Professor, please make some aggressive topic over riders must go vetting while signing up or signed up. Oh man, you're on the money there, my friend. I don't know how aggressive I can get on the topic today. We had a driver get killed in Dallas. I don't know if you heard the story. I made a video by an intoxicated rider. Looked a little bit like a redneck, actually. Now, and I specifically brought up vetting. Why did I bring up vetting? Well, Uber and Lyft are using this little icon. Oh, they're vetted. The rider's vetted. The rider is vetted. If you look, that rider that killed that driver, if you look at his criminal record, if you could look at the previous charges against this individual, why on Mother Earth is that man in your car? Why? And then that question is for Dara Koshashawi. Why is that person, and apparently you have a verification system, why is that person with that criminal history in your car? And now the driver is dead. So a little boy lost his daddy, little 5 or 6 year old lost his daddy, and a wife lost her husband because of a verification system. So yeah, but sadly, and you guys have heard me say this before, Dara Koshashawi will sleep with anyone for a penny, anyone. And And I mean anyone. He will literally have sex with anyone, Derek or Shashawi. It doesn't matter if they have crabs, gonorrhea, syphilis, AIDS. He'll take a penny from anyone. So that sort of explains why he'll take a penny from a criminal or 25 cents from a criminal. He will never say no to a penny. And we see that in the treatment towards drivers, how Uber gouges us, and it starts at the top, right? He's the king of Uber, CEO Derek Oshashawi. It starts with the way he's gouging the riders on the pricing, the fares that they have to pay. And it also now has hit the employees, because the employees now are having a lot of their contracts changed. And there are a lot of unhappy in these forums. There was a lot of news about this yesterday. The employees are livid. They are upset. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of employees started looking for other jobs at Uber, right? Because they lure you in, they'll grind you, they'll squeeze you like a lemon, and then they'll change the conditions of the game, the rules of the game. And suddenly, oh crap, what did I sign up for here? Alan, I think, hit the nail on the head there. Alan Snackbar says, there's something cognitively wrong with Dara. I couldn't have said it better, my friend. Amen. Manny says, because book rides for their husband, ex-boyfriend that just left jail, I'm not able to kick wrong rider out because I end up losing time and money and avoid conflict persons seated behind me. Good point. But I agree, like if they're forcing you to take shared trips and you're canceling and you're canceling and you're canceling, and then they deactivate you over high cancellations, come to us at activationhero.com. But you just go straight to the court, you sue them. I'm an independent contractor, I make the decisions. You give me the trips, I make the decisions, whether I take them, whether I accept them, or whether I cancel. And again, on airport shared trips, watch the cancellations go through the roof. Because in the real world, you have two people at an airport who decide to both book a shared rental on Lyft. All hell breaks loose. Because the one doesn't know the variables and the condition of the other one. How much luggage do you have? Are you a stinky bastard? The driver doesn't know. And depends on the airport. Am I picking the one up here and the other one there? Or am I waiting at a waiting lot for two people and the one's ready, the other one's not ready? It's a disaster. Are you going to get out and help these two individuals put all their bags into your car? Are you going to have them duke it out, the two people who ordered the Lyft shared rental? Do they get to fill your car or open up the trunk and put their luggage in? Are you going to give them the power to do that, or are you going to do it for them? All I'm saying is you're doing double the amount of work, plus more, pretty much for the same money as you would get on a Lyft regular or on an UberX. Now, if shared rentals really paid, and if airport shared rentals really paid, maybe people would consider doing them, but they don't. David Courtney says, it's JF private, my boy. Money and tips. That's it. It's the only way. This car is money and tips all day long. I've done 3 trips. I just dropped my 4th one off downtown LA. Didn't really want to do this one on a Friday afternoon because this is what I'm facing. I got 1 hour and 40 minutes back to my house. I'm only at Barham right now. Does anybody know that? It's very close to where the Hollywood sign is. I didn't really want to do this, but it's a good client. And for my good clients, I pretty much do everything. Not everything. I mean, I can't say that. My wife would kill me if I said, oh, I do everything for my clients. No, I don't do any favors. But if they have to get somewhere, this lady went on a date. She's paying me. And this morning I already have 3 airport trips. And the one was perfect. I dropped off the one at LAX. 20 minutes later, I picked up the next private client at LAX as well on the way out. So it takes me all the way back to where I live in Calabasas. So 200 in, 200 out. 400 easy dollars early this morning. Quick in, quick out. That was easy money. But it's not always like that. It's not always like you can get a, it took me 45 minutes in because we left at 4:30 a.m. and then an hour back to back, 200, it's $400. Doesn't always work like that, because right now, as you can see, I drive a client for another 200 to downtown LA, and I'm spending 1 hour and 40 to just drive back. What a nightmare. LA, baby. Live and die in LA. It's the place to be. Joel Ferrer says, Dara does anything for the investors. Oh, he does anything. He does suckage. He bends over. He grabs the soap. Dara will do anything for the investor. Any type of favor they want, even special massage favors. Dara will polish their shoes, kiss their toes, bend over in a shower. He will do anything for the investor. Anything. Yeah, the Vegas airports, there's not really money. It's too short. Like I said, Scott says, lucky if you get $8, because you're going from a Karen. I got picked up Saturday morning. I got picked up early by Toyota management, and then went over and bought cars. But had I taken an Uber or a Lyft to North Las Vegas, yeah, that would be a good paying trip for an Uber or Lyft driver. Not really. I mean, they only get 30-40%, but it's better than taking them from the airport to the strip. That's a 6, 8, maximum $10 trip, depending if you're end of the strip. That's not money. That is not money. David says, I'm a professional chauffeur. I'm going on my own by next year. I would like to work with you, boss. Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know if you've taken my private chauffeur course. I mean, hit me up privately. I'll give you a 50% discount. But there's a lot you can learn in those 300 minutes. That's my field. That's where I make the money. And I want to, like this. I asked them, you want the moon roof open? You want the moon roof closed? It's really nice at night. They're all dark in the back, and then they can see the stars. I don't know how many stars they can see, but they can see the lights, the planes. They got all excited. They lie back. They chill out. They look up into the sky. You're giving them a little bit of bonus luxury. Tommy says, also hardly anyone tips in Atlanta. Is that a fact? Okay. MR257, go to San Francisco. Andrew Bibe is right. Dara, you owe California drivers lost wages. Pay up. Let me shout that out again for Andrew Bibe. Here we go. Dara, you owe California drivers lost wages to the tune of $1.3 billion wage theft. Same thing that happened in New York. They settled for $320 million. And the guy isn't in jail yet. That's why I say hashtag, let's get it going. Every single person here. We have 45 people. Here's my challenge to you. Hashtag, all one word, lock Dara up. Let's get it going. Because if you get 100 hashtags, then the search engines start recognizing it as a new hashtag. So if 45 people are in here, I only have 16 likes. Please hit the like button first. Number one, numero uno, right? And then secondly, hashtag lock Dara up. Or lock up Dara. Lock Dara up, lock up Dara. He should not be operating as a CEO. Arizona, great place. I go to Arizona once in a while. Another good guy probably to follow there is Jeff Watts, Mic Drop Barbecue. He also does private trips and is really, really, really good syndicate of drivers. They work together and really, really good tips. Really good private chauffeur tips. Scott says going to the outskirts of Vegas, if you would make maybe $15 to $20 a ride depending on how far. That's true because, the second last time I came into Vegas to buy cars was also to Toyota, to Centennial. I always go out to Centennial Toyota, and I paid the Rideshare trip. I paid $105, and then we compared. The guy got $38 out of that deal. $38 out of the $105, and that was all the way from the airport in Vegas all the way out to Centennial Toyota in North Las Vegas. So the majority, just goes to show, the majority of the money, if not 60 to 70%, goes to the company. Lakeland, Florida. Kevin Hawthorne in the house. Good evening. Lakeland, Florida. You 3 hours ahead. It's 8 o'clock there. I think I'm going to go out and treat myself to a nice dinner, a nice steak or some seafood. I've worked my ass off today. Been working all day. Going to end up on about 850 with tips. And I treat myself. If I work hard, it's a reward to myself. Hey, Torsten. Hi, Rideshare Professor. You worked hard today. You deserve something. What do you feel like? Oh, I feel like a steak. Or I feel like langoustines. Or I feel like prawns. Or I feel like I'm going to treat myself today because I've worked hard, right? And I think that should be with any job, right? You should be rewarded. Like Uber and Lyft should give you proper rewards, not these Mickey Mouse. Oh, free car wash? Really? I'm going to go and bust my ass and get my acceptance rate up and do everything you say, bow down to you, Dara and David Risher, so that I can get a car wash, free car wash? Come on. You're driving, like spinning in a freaking hamster wheel, trying to keep your acceptance rate up. Oh, because they're going to give you bonus points based on the trips that you take. Oh, and for that, then you can redeem for rewards. Car washes, for example. Come on. American living in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, watching you. Shout out to Malaysia, sending lots of love to Malaysia. Kuala Lumpur in the house. We appreciate you. Welcome. Thank you, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. What time is it there? What time is it in Kuala Lumpur? That's a city I would still like to visit. I really would. This is Dara. Oh, that's a good question. That's a really, really good question. David says, out of curiosity, how far will you drive a client? Actually, the answer is very far, because I put I drove a couple who needed to board a Learjet in Vegas, and I charged $1,500. They gave me a $300 tip. I drove them from LA to Vegas for $1,800, which, like I said, included a $300 tip. And then I spent a nice evening at a nice hotel, the Cosmopolitan. Had a had some fun, went out, nightclub, and then I drove back early in the morning, no traffic. So how far will I drive? I've driven to San Francisco, I've taken people to Berkeley, I've taken people to Arizona, I've taken people to Vegas many times. I took a lot of the Facebook executive management, not Zuckerberg, but a lot of his executive. I drove them up to Vegas after an LA convention. So yeah, I'll go far, but you're gonna have to pay. You'll have to pay, right? During COVID, I made a lot of money during COVID, where a lot of drivers folded. They died. Their businesses died. I got a deal through a company that provided state-of-the-art COVID machines, and I would be driving. Ask Scott Tucker. I would drive up to Vegas, drop off these machines at the airports. There were $2.5 million COVID machines. Sometimes I had 4 or 5 in the car, and I would charge $3,000 to $4,000 for the round trip. $3,000 to $4,000. Why? They needed the machines, highly sensitive machines, in certain arenas, in NBA arenas, in football arenas, in college arenas, in the hotels, and multiple machines. And then they trained me how to set up the COVID machines. That took about 40 minutes. So I charged them anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 each time for a day, for one day. Scott says, do you charge by the mile or the hour? It's usually the hour. It's usually the hour, because if I would charge for miles in LA, I wouldn't be making money, because it's the time factor. You're driving a very short distance, and it takes you a long time for a short distance. Like right now, I'm driving back 40 miles. That's taking me 1 hour 40. So I'm charging by the hour, or by a time slot, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Do I need to wait for you? Do I need to drive you back? Well, the price goes up, which is nice. If you get a client, you drop them off, you can go for dinner. You know that they're going to watch a show, and then you drive them back, and you can go for dinner, or you can take a nap in your car. Take a nap in this beauty. Got the air conditioning cranked at 66 right now. Traffic is brutal both ways. Look at that side, look at this side. And we're moving along at a speed of 18 miles per hour. 17 miles per hour. That's not much. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We have 42 people in the house. Happy weekend, everyone. What do you think if you're driving for Lyft? Would you take airport shared rides? That's the topic of the day. Airport shared rides. This genius new idea that Lyft has. Would you do it? Would you take it? Leave your comments. Yes or no? I think I'm going to see a lot of no's. And then also start circulating hashtag #LockDara up. Now, I'll tell you, there's one big difference between CEO David Risher and Dara Khosrowshahi. Dara's too arrogant and will not mix with drivers. He will not get together with drivers. David, on the other hand, I got a hand in this. He's gotten in the car. He's taken trips in Napa. He stops. He talks to drivers. He talks to riders, and he can safely go anywhere or travel anywhere. Dara, on the other hand, is a hated man. He's hurt a lot of people. So, and interesting fact, David Risher doesn't really need a security entourage. Daryl Khosrowshahi has a huge security entourage. There were reports a few years ago that he was spending up to $1.5 or $2 million a year on security. Well, that basically says one thing: people don't like you. And those type of people can't generally just travel around freely without their security, because he's destroyed many, many lives. David Risher, on the other hand, he can go out there. He mingles with the people. He goes out there. He wants to be one of them. A big difference between those two CEOs. Yeah, Josh, good point. We brought that up. What about all the luggage? I brought that up pretty much in the beginning of the video. I don't know if you watched it from the beginning, but the luggage is going to be the deal breaker. Here's a scenario. You're taking an airport. It's two people. They're taking a Lyft airport shared ride together. Hopefully they're both at the same terminal or both at the same pickup point at the same time. Hopefully they make contact with the driver very, very quickly. And the one person shows up with a giant bag, suitcase, carry-on and a backpack. Other one shows up with a lot of luggage. Well, my friend, that ain't gonna fit in the back of your Mazda 3 or your little Hyundai. It's not gonna fit in that car. It's not gonna even fit in the 3 Series. You're gonna have to have an XL or a big vehicle. And if you have a big vehicle like an XL or bigger like an SUV, seriously, you've got to factor in all the gas. Car like this, I'll charge premium because I'm only getting 18 to 20 miles per gallon, right? Sometimes 17 miles per gallon with this big chugger, 6.2 liter engine. Chug, 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 chug. So this car, no bueno, not good for Lyft airport shared trips. Not going to happen. So yeah, you're going to have a lot of cancellations. The problem is Uber and Lyft don't test their ideas. They come up, they dream up ideas like this. Oh man, every day they change their underwear and their panties 5 times a day, right? New idea, new pilot project, new idea. They don't have time to test it. They have people smoking weed or engineers. Oh, I got another great idea. Airport shared trips. Oh yeah. Oh, Lyft CEO David Risher, listen to this one. Airport shared trips. Great idea. We make a lot of money at airports. We make a lot of money on shared trips. Great idea. Let's merge airport shared trips. Fantastic idea. No testing. How this crap plays out in real life, that is the question. Now, I can see cancellation rates go through the roof with airport shared trips. And the one thing both Uber and Lyft love to do is punish at airports. We will take away your airport privileges. Why? A, you have such a low acceptance rate. You're not taking any of the offers that we are giving you at the airport. You're just sitting on the lot. Pass, pass, not accepting, pass. Or you're getting thrown into a situation where you have to cancel. So your cancellation rates go up, your acceptance rate goes down. How do they retaliate? They cut you. I kid you not. I shit you not. They cut you off from the airport. Or you can do everything else, but you cannot do airports. I don't know if you've ever had an airport cancellation. I want to remind these CEOs, all CEOs, according to you, according to your companies, we are independent contractors. So please allow us to make independent decisions. Love my hometown. How many miles you put on your car in a year? Well, I have several cars, but if I average out the miles on the various cars, about 60,000 a year. 60,000 a year. So be putting on some miles on this RST today. Tomorrow morning I'll be putting some miles on a Sienna. So I constantly switch it up. Hopefully that answers your question. Scott says, I just got a $400 ticket to Golden Knights game from 3 guys from Boston. That's awesome. Have fun. Enjoy it. So that's another beauty. Last night I got tickets for this Odyssey show at the LA Convention Center. 2 tickets, $300 each. That's $600. Then just a week ago, I was able to take the whole family to Beyonce. Private suite, food, drinks, thanks to my client. So yeah, there's a lot of little extended privileges, my friends. Not necessarily all coming in form of dollars and tips, but people actually extending their world to you. The world of private suites, or the world of private planes, or the world of private residences that they have around the world. These clients have money. You just need to know how to find them and where to find them and how to keep them. Daytona music engineer in the house. I haven't done an app airport ride all year. Well, then you're doing the right thing, my friend. Unless you're a private driver. That's where I make my money, at airports. Ryan says, I'm glad to be done Uber driving. I can totally understand that. With that shitty pay, I'm not surprised. Please hit the like button. Danny Kura says, lock Dara up. Put a hashtag in front of that. Hashtag lock Dara up. Get it going. $40 people in the house, 23 likes. Hit the like button, please. And we have outside temperature 103. 103 today. There it is, 103. And I have the AC on 66. It's really hot. It's 103 degrees. What's the temperature in your city? And still, look at this traffic. I'm now only by 101 and 405 intersection. Terrible intersection, by the way. 101 and 405. Terrible. Terrible intersection. I'm driving 5 miles an hour, 7 miles, 6 miles an hour. No bueno. No good. $93 in Vegas. Wow. Doesn't happen very often that LA temperatures beat Vegas temperatures. 103. I kid you not. There it is. 103 at 5:25. Some music going here. Wake up, 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 wake up. Got a far way to go. How low can you go? Well, apparently, how low can you go? I'm sure that slogan comes from Derek Oshashawi and David Risher. How low can you go? What year is this car? No, it's not. I don't buy 2022 cars. I buy the cars new. This one is a end of 2024. This one, at the right price. I won't even tell you what price I got it for. On this car, $15,000 under market value, and it might not be a bad time to buy before auto tariffs, auto parts kick in, because the shit is about to get real. The shelves are going to be empty. A lot of the containers coming in from China are half empty, or they're empty. So cars are going to go up, parts are going to go up. Shit is going to get real. 2022 Toyota Highlander, nice, good car. 2022 Highlander hybrid, very, very good car. That car is good for 350 to 400,000 miles. Great car. Shane is in the house. Fire of the Holy Ghost in Jesus' name. Hey, my brother. I love it. Shane Magnus in the house. Fire of the Holy Ghost in Jesus' name. Amen. Hey, my brother. Good to see you. And we have 103 degrees here. It's caliente. It's hot. In German, you would say, es ist sehr, sehr heiß. Or you would say, es ist scheiß heiß. It is shit hot. In German, scheiß heiß means shit hot. In French is merde. Shit. It's hot. Merde. "103 in the house." And I'm chugging along. Ridiculous. 5 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour, 7 miles an hour. It's a joke. My destination is a good restaurant. I need to eat. John Anthony, 2024 VW Jetta with shit rear brakes. Ooh, looks like a bad accident happened here. Damn, we're coming up. That's why. A real crappy accident. We'll show you in a few. I can see the fire engine lights and the police lights up above, so looks like a big accident. We'll see. Any electric problems on the Jetta, or has it been good to you? Juan Sanchez in the house. Honda Accord 2017, 380,000 miles. Great car, my friend. Great car. That Honda Accord is golden. Great car. So you got yourself a real workhorse there. 380,000 miles. I salute you. Juan Sanchez in the house. He takes the #1 spot with 380,000 miles. Impressive, my friend. Shane Magnus says, fire of the Holy Ghost in Jesus' name. I made $161 in about 3 hours on Uber, the trip where only 1 mile pays $12 for a block. It's been good except for the brakes. Did you have to do the rotors as well, or just the brake pads? Did you have to do the rotor? When you have to do the rotors, it gets really expensive. Okay, is that a fact? Scott says, if you have a Honda Accord with 1 million miles on it, you can turn it into Honda and they will give you any vehicle you want off the lot. I haven't seen that deal, but that sounds interesting. This is not so interesting. Look at this, my friends. 5 miles an hour. LA traffic. I'm not even at, I thought I was at the 101 and 405. I'm not even there yet. 405 Santa Monica. Anybody ever taken that road? 405 North Sacramento to San Francisco, or 101 North to Santa Barbara. Anybody ever driven those? Many times. Many times. Pads, rotors, 120. Michael Preston in the house. Russ Hassel, lame. What is lame? You can't just throw a Russ, you can't just throw a word out called lame. Lame. It sounds like lame what? Sounds like you being a little bit lame with the choice of your words. Come on, man. Get on the program, Russ! Come on! John Anthony says, oh, my shop is resurfacing my rotors. Okay, that's good. Don't want to resurface them too many times. Oh, here's where the accident is. These people are all looky-loos. This is where the accident is. Where those lights. Anybody die? Any deaths? Any injuries? Doesn't look good. Multiple fire engines. Do you come here to die? No, I come here yesterday. Oh, this does not look good. This does not look good. Oh, fire. Car caught on fire. Fuego! Fuego, baby! Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. My car is on fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Well, that's it. The car was burning. How can we drive when our cars are burning? How can we drive when our cars are burning? Come on, baby, light my fire. Praying everybody's okay. Yeah, the people were okay. They were outside of the car. Nobody was roasted. Nobody was cooked alive. Everybody got out. Everybody got out. Come on, baby, light my fire. Once driving in New Jersey, and someone had been ejected and they had them covered with a tarp. Oh, that is not a good sign. Covered with a tarp, covered with a tarp, covered with a tarp. Not a good sign. Says Israel Duato. That's not a good one. When the tarp comes out, no bueno. That's the traffic behind the accident. This is my lane. These are my lanes. That's the opposite. That's a nightmare. Look, this is LA traffic. But we're not even at the 101 and the 405 yet. Oh, man. Oh, man. Juan Sanchez, what's the word on independent workers? Should we be thinking about an LLC? An LLC makes sense if you want to do Uber and Lyft and convert Uber and Lyft clients to your private clients. Then an LLC makes sense because you're setting yourself up as a business, as a limited liability corporation. Probably the best corporation you could register, at least in the United States. Overseas, they have different company names, PTY, PTY Limited. But here in the United States, an LLC, if you are truly thinking of becoming a private driver, that's the way to go. You set up your car in the LLC, you get your commercial insurance through the LLC, and you do all the write-offs, all the business write-offs through the LLC. I have several LLCs registered for different purposes, for different businesses, but I'm a big fan of LLCs. And the company, I'll give you the CEO's names, good friend of mine, businessrocket.com, businessrocket.com. Alex Chanafsky, the CEO and president of the company. I think after Legal Zoom, they do the second highest amount of LLC registrations in the United States per year. Good friend of mine. Hit them up. Nice. Shane says, I've gotten 10 private clients from Uber. Yeah, that's what I love to hear. That's what I love to hear, Shane. That is music to my ears. That made my Friday. Shane got 10 private clients through Uber. That made my Friday evening. And $850 for a Friday. Not a bad payday for one day. Not a bad payday. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like this. Hit the like button, hit the like button. Oh Lord, here's all the traffic feeding in from the 405. This is where the 405 and the 101 meet. This is the 101. That's coming from the 405, heading in a northerly direction. So all of those scoundrels on the left are coming from the 405. And this is where they meet. Right over here. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Hey, girly. So what do you think? Will you be taking airport shared rides as a driver? Will you be taking Lyft airport shared rides as a driver, which they just announced? No. Answer is no. My answer is N-O. No. No, 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 no. 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 No money. Nope. N-O-P-E. Nope. Nope is dope. Nope is dope. Nada. Niet in Ruski, in Russian. Niet. Nein in German. No. Français. Absolutely not. Got to be out of your mind. You got to be out of your skull if you want to do airport shared trips. Watch that cancellation rate go up. Watch your account get deactivated from airport trips. Right there and then. Main culprit, airport shared rides. Airport shared rides. Or you're on a parking lot like LAX at the airport waiting, and you're in a big queue, there's 100 cars in front of you, and they start feeding you these trip radar. Bottom of the barrel offers, bottom of the barrel trash offers, trash offer. And the only way you can skip the queue is, okay, yeah, I'm going to say yes to that trip radar offer. I'm going to jump the queue. I'll take it. They got you. They are making money. You are not making money. Let me repeat that. They are making money. You are not making money. If you are in an airport queue and you think you're going to jump the line because you accepted a trip radar trip, good luck, my friend. You are working backwards in your life. That ain't money. That's trash. There's only one winner. And the winner is Uber. And the winner is Lyft. And the loser is the driver. Man, that's not money, my friends. Nada. Here's a little Tesla Y. You try and put two people and multiple pieces of luggage in that Tesla Y. Good luck. And then John Anthony says, can you imagine two morons start fighting in the back of your car? Not a good idea. And maybe you intervene, and maybe they start attacking you. Not a good idea. No, 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 no. Who at Lyft came up with airport shared rides? Who? Tell me. Who in their right mind, who extracted that idea at Lyft? Oh yeah, let's do airport shared rides. Here's the little Honda, the Tesla. Oh, hello. Oh Lordy, I traveled so hard. No good. Hell no. Lyft, airport, shared rides. What could go wrong? Why don't you, like, whoever's watching the video at this point, we're in 75 minutes. It's quite a long video. Why don't you comment, like, what could potentially go wrong with an airport shared ride? I mean, A, you're working more for the same type of money. You could have a battle that breaks out. You could get injured. You could have a fight that erupts over luggage or baggage. You could be wasting a lot of time, waiting on people at the airport. You could potentially be fined by one of these airport cops, right? That could happen. Oh, I'm waiting for a Lyft airport shared ride. That's not my problem, sir. You've been parking here, and you're sitting in a no waiting zone, and I'm giving you a fine now. I gave you one warning, and there's a second warning, and now I'm giving you a fine. No, officer, please. I'm waiting for a Lyft airport shared ride. Tell somebody that cares. Cancellation rate could go through the roof. High cancellations, you get cut off from the airport. I don't think it's a good idea, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I really, really don't think this is a grand idea. $29 people, 25 likes. Hit the like button. And I'm going to be winding this down. 80 minutes, another 3 minutes. And I'm going to be winding this down. Anybody can get it going. Hashtag lock Dara up. Hashtag lock Dara up. If you haven't written it yet, hashtag lock Dara up. And in the comment section below, please let us know what could go wrong with an airport shared ride. And did the people at Lyft that come up with these, did they test it? Did they test this idea? Did they maybe conduct 1,000 tests at random airports around the United States or around the world on airport shared rides? Now, Lyft is in the United States and Canada, right? Did they do any testing in Toronto Airport, Vancouver Airport? Lyft also just recently bought Free Now for $200 million, which means they will be accessing European markets. Have they done any testing throughout Europe on airport shared rides? Have they tested this in Vegas? Have they tested this in LA? I don't think so. I think this was another pie in the sky dream idea of the team, of that engineering team, smoking it up. Hey man, let's come up with airport shared rides, man. That's a damn good idea. Airport shared rides. Yeah, we're gonna make money. Seriously. Temperature 103. 103. We're up to 30 miles an hour now. It's moving. At least it's moving. Other side's not moving. Northbound moving, southbound chaos. And we're about to hit 80 minutes, and I'm going to wrap it up because I'm going to start my Friday night. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I get a nice restaurant now, get some good food. And I wish all you wonderful people a great weekend. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the amazing mothers on Sunday. If I don't do a live feed before Sunday, happy Mother's Day. If you're a mother, Happy Mother's Day to my wonderful mother who's still alive. I love you. To my wonderful wife, of my children, happy Mother's Day, sweetheart. Love you. And have a good Sunday. Breakfast in bed. Let's go Mother's Day. Let's go happy. Let's put it out there. Happy Mother's Day. Can anybody write it out there? Happy Mother's Day. I'm at IAH Houston. It sucks, I bet. Later, John. 40,000 drive, says Manny Garcia. Wow. Would not recommend taking a share airport. You're damn right, my friend. You've done 40,000. You know it all. Can't teach you anything, and you don't recommend airport rides. You're right. Manny Garcia in the house. Put their Happy Mother's Day, please. Anybody write Happy Mother's Day, so at least we've said it in the channel. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Lucid. I don't know anybody drive the Lucid? Damn, look at that traffic on that side. What is this fool doing? Get in there, boy. Oh, the traffic on that side is insane. Oh, now, first time I'm over 60 miles an hour. Wow. Now it's actually moving. But look at that traffic, my friends. Look at that traffic. Crazy. Actually on 75 miles an hour now. And we are moving. I like to move it. Move it. This is much better. It's actually moving. It's actually moving. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Thank you for writing it out. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers out there. If you are a mother, happy Mother's Day. I love these slow coaches that hog the fast lane. Like, hello, dude. Hello, tell everyone you're an asshole. There we go. People hog the fast lanes. They don't know how to drive. I'm going to give the Porsche dealership a shout out here. That's my client who owns the Porsche dealership. Coming up on the left. There it is. Porsche. Another one of my clients. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. All right, amigos, amigas. Happy Mother's Day, happy weekend. Be safe, be alert, keep the windows locked. If a trip doesn't feel right, cancel it. If you're going to a destination that doesn't feel right, cancel it. Don't do anything stupid in this game. At all times, you are the number one. You come first, not your riders. You take care of you. Right, you take care of your safety, and I always say it again. Don't let your guard down. Get a dash cam. Have pepper spray in the car. Whatever you do, just take care of your own safety, your own health. Never ever let your guard down. And if a trip doesn't look right, it isn't right. Cancel it. Why let someone in the car when you're getting bad vibes? No bueno. Cancel it. And on that note, I wish you all a blessed weekend. God bless you all. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers. Be safe out there, drivers. Share the video. Please do me a huge favor. Share it on Facebook or Twitter, x.com. Just push it out. Push it out. Grab the link. Push it out. We have Iran in the house. Who's in Iran? Are you in Tehran, or where are you? Happy Mother's Day. And we're on the 101. We have a truck hogging the fast lane. This is the problem with drivers. That vehicle should not be in the fast lane. That is the problem. Coming up to Hidden Hills, Calabasas. This is where I make my money. This is where I have a lot of clients. Take that exit, Mulholland Valley Circle. Takes me to Moneyland. That's my Moneyland. That's where I make most of the cash. God bless you all. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Until next time.